Hey guys, this is IntroducingEmy and we're back with another Redline Tuesday. This one is from Sly Kizzle and that's the only information I have on them, so there you go. That's all I know about them. But they've sent us this drawing here for us to redline. And the original image seemed like it kind of got cut off here, either, you know, in the scanning process or when it was sent through email. I'm not sure what happened, but I'm going to finish it, like I'm gonna draw this part down here, just because I'm not sure if it was supposed to be there or not, and I want to make sure that, you know, you understand the anatomy that she's sitting on, so yeah, okay. It also was a, like a strange DPI, I don't know, it sort of came to me oddly. Okay, so let's start with the head. So this line here is the muscles that come around the neck. So like that. And if you've watched enough of my Redline Tuesdays, you're probably pretty familiar with that structure, because it's one of the things I like to start with. Okay, and we are doing we're going to do a three-part torso here. It's going to be a little exaggerated. She's kind of exaggerated the whole way through. So that is what we are going to do. So there's our rib cage. This area in here is like the tummy, where like the intestines are and all that good stuff, and the abs and everything. And then here, actually, like right here would be like about the end of the tailbone, and then this is the buttocks overlapping. So I'm actually gonna draw this back leg first. See, I'm not sure if she's supposed to be sitting on the ground. Like this leg is kind of under her and like her foot's going out that way, or if she's sort of like half kneeling, half like squatting down, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna draw this back leg here. I'm actually gonna make this foot a little smaller. So one of the concerns is the proportions. I actually don't think the proportions are too bad, save for some of the structures feel like they need to be built up a little more. Like I would say the forearm needs to be kind of a little thicker just to sort of match the thickness of the upper arm. And I realized like she's overall, what would she be? Is she an endomorph or an ectomorph? I forget which one is like the slim one. But she's like skinny, you know, I get that. But you need to make sure like things don't taper down so much to like a point. So just give her, you know, just a little bit more on there so that she's got a little bit of a rhythm in her structure. And I would definitely make this hand larger and maybe move it back just a teens. Yeah. And I think this is supposed to be a steak. Not like a meat steak, but like a owie vampire steak. I thought it was a knife at first, doesn't matter. Anyway, so there's the steak, and I don't know where the other arm is, that's okay. So, I'm just thinking, sorry. Okay, so I think that I was originally just gonna kind of like attach the jaw to the front of the face, or not the jaw, excuse me, the features, I guess you would say. Just I was gonna just slap them on there and, you know, be done with it. But I actually think her features are sitting too far forward now that I'm looking like where the base of the neck would be compared to her nose and mouth and the jaw and everything. So I think what I'm going to do is just go to a new layer real quick and just going to trace over those features and then scoonchy them back a little. I'm actually, one of the things I used to really struggle with was drawing profiles. I still have times where I'm like, you know, I seem to like go over them until they're smashed into the ground, and but I think this is okay. I don't know what her features are or anything like that, so I'm just sort of winging it. I'm just putting something there so you have an idea of like where those features should sit. Just, you know, redraw them in your style. Okay, so now let's do the front leg, and I'm gonna put a color filter over this whole thing. I'll just make it purple. There, purple. Oops. Okay. Okay, so I don't know what her shoes are either. So I'm just kind of giving her some average feet. I keep drawing her feet really big though. I don't know why. I think I'm sort of... I don't know. I'm a little off today. I also feel like I'm trying to creep back into my own drawing style, you know. Everybody, I think, has a natural tendency to like wanna draw things the way that they feel comfortable drawing them, or, you know, to match their personal aesthetics. And now, having put that foot there, I definitely feel like this is a little too long. So I'm just gonna kind of dot. Yeah, forget it. I'll just erase it. Never mind. You don't get to see that anymore. Actually, this one I'm definitely gonna dot. Dot, 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 dot. Oh, weird. I'm having kind of a weird flashback deja vu to a teacher. Might have even been my anatomy teacher who would sort of take her dry erase board or her eraser, her chalkboard eraser. I can't remember what kind of board we used in college, but and she'd go boop, 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 boop. So, okay, here's the thing that I'm kind of like being flippant about with this leg is you're almost looking at her like right to the side. You know, you're looking at it straight on from the side. Depending on how this leg is sitting, the thigh or the calf will overlap into one or the other. So what I mean is, so if we were looking at this leg from kind of behind, the thigh would overlap more. But if we're looking at her from more from the front, her calf would overlap. However, we're kind of looking at her dead on from the side, but I'm going to pick one, and I'm going to go there. Because, I don't know, I think drawing it straight on would be sort of weird, and also she needs to have more of like a base to be standing on, so that's just my personal... Ignore me. I'm never gonna be happy with this leg over here. Okay. So yeah, we don't know where the other hand is, or the other arm, or anything. For all I know, she might not even have it. But, I would say maybe put her other hand... Where would you put her other hand? Because this is a really nice negative space. You almost don't want to lose it, but to not show the other arm and hand, it just seems like it flattens her, you know? Or that you were worried or scared to draw the other one. And trust me, other artists and art critics smell fear, so put the other arm and hand in if it kills you, even if it's drawn really badly, you know. So let's pretend like her other arm, let's actually have her other arm come down here, and like maybe she's resting her other hand on her leg or something like that. And let me turn this off for a minute and let me back up here so I can look at it. Damn it, her feet feel big. And I've made them smaller and smaller the whole time I've been working on it. This like especially bothers me because there's such a nice taper here with the wrist, and I'd like for it to be reflected in the calf anatomy. Now I say calf anatomy because if you like want to have her wearing boots or something that makes I keep saying her, this might not be a girl, but whatever. If you want her to be wearing like boots, like rider boots that go straight up and down and gets rid of all this, you know, whatever. Have at it, Haas. I'm just saying for anatomy purposes, like for the bidet. One other thing is, I would say make her head a little bigger, because it feels a little small for this body. You know what? Part of that is me, actually, because I did move the face back a little bit to match the neck. So, you know what? Just ignore what I said. I'm going to make the head a little bigger to match up here. With the rest of the anatomy, but I think you did kind of have the proportions on anyway, so my bad. Alright. And if you guys don't mind, since I've barely used up any of my 30 minutes here, I think I'm going to draw that the hair and the clothing, which is something I normally don't do. Just for fun. For butts. For fun. Let me make the red lines a little more noticeable. Sorry, this blue line at the top's kind of bugging me. There. You know, I really need to sit down one of these days and pick a color that contrasts against the, I said that weird contrasts. Felt like I didn't know what I was gonna say, but that looks good against the blue and the red. I don't know, it's hard because they're jerks and they take up both sides of the color spectrum, so everything kind of doesn't work. I have to... Okay. Hair has always been another issue of mine. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to get a little deep on you here while I sit and kind of draw the hair, since there's not a whole lot I can tell you on how to do it. But, you know, I still consider myself to be a pretty bad artist. I'm sure people are going to, like, yell at me in the comments about that, but that's okay. And part of that is when you're young, and your drawing skills are sort of enfeebled and not developed, you get used to everybody sort of harping on you to get better and to change, and you know. And as you get older and you work hard and everything, and you see that change happening, you know, and the comments die down quite a bit. But you still never, like, lose that mentality of, like, oh, I'm bad, you know? And it's not like this self-defeat kind of thing. It's like a constant humbling that you sort of pick up. And it's almost like you have to train yourself to be confident in your knowledge. It's a weird thing. When I first started doing the Redline Tuesdays, I thought, well, who am I to tell anybody how to draw anything? But I had some different things I had picked up along the way, and I thought, well, maybe, you know, there's somebody out there who draws like I do, or learns like I do, and this would be helpful. So I am definitely one of those people that I just have to do it. You know, I can't, like, listen to other people tell me how to do it. I have to, like, sit down and just be left alone. I don't know. I've always been like that. And I know for me, learning how to look at my own art was probably one of the hardest things. Not like, oh God, I can't look at it, but just like, what would be a good way to explain it? Learning how to really see the problems in your art. For a lot of people, I guess it's really easy. For me, I didn't, you know, like I was just like, no, it looks fine, you know, like, and it wasn't like a blindness, I guess, like a self-imposed blindness. It wasn't like, oh, I'm just so great. It's perfect and fine, and I'm not going to try to improve it all, because obviously I have. Well, you guys probably, a lot of you probably haven't seen my art lately compared to like what it used to be, but learning to see my own art took a lot of time. And I think one of the biggest things that helped me was redoing my own art. And it's weird because, like, when I go back and look at my old pieces compared to the way I draw now, it's just like, geez, it didn't look like that before. It's like it changed or something. And really, obviously, the art didn't change as I changed. I just learned how to see anatomy and see all these other different little art things differently. But anyway, there we go. It's pretty sketchy, but Forgive me. I'm not sure if she's supposed to be like wearing tights or something, but I'll just leave it as is. And yeah, so that soaked up a good 6 or 7 minutes of me babbling. So there we go. That's our piece. Let's do a little quick comparison here. So mine, just put this in a folder. You can't see what I'm doing. It's okay, don't worry. Okay. See, I think the most we did really was just sort of bulk it up a little bit. You can see like her leg goes from real skinny to like kind of having a calf now. So, and same thing with the arm. So I think it's just sort of making the pose feel a little more like solid, you know. I think also having the feet and the legs present more helped with that. Like I said, I think the original document, there might have been an error when it was sent to me because there was some kind of weird noise around the side, and it was at like a weird DPI and stuff, so I don't think that was necessarily the artist's fault that it didn't have any feet, but now it does. So alright, great. Yep. So I have some videos coming up for Seamus, and I might also be doing some kind of video of just like my own stuff, like either work on my comics, like Trying Human or Park a Patty or something. I don't know. I'll have some work coming up though, besides Redline Tuesdays. I've sort of been inundating you guys with Redline Tuesdays lately, so yeah, need a little more variety on the channel. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Bye!